Alright, things are looking good.
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Hello, everyone! Artemu, the Violet Wizard here. And today we're jumping into a series that I haven't played for one of my streams in a very long time. At long last, we are doing the sequel to Shantae Risky's Revenge, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. This is a really great game, one of my personal favorites in the Shantae series, and I'm just really excited to dive into this adventure. It's definitely been a while since I've played this one, and it's a really good time, and I'm really... oh man, it just feels really good to be playing one of these games again, especially for some content online. Now, I have cleared this game before, and I kind of started a bit of a New Game Plus file just on my own to get reaccustomed to this game's controls, because I knew that I was planning on playing this game again sometime this year. But we're not going to focus on any of that because we are starting a brand new game. So after you manage to clear the game one time, you unlock the ability to play Pirate Mode, which definitely has a lot of changes compared to the original version of this game. But we're going to be going into Normal Mode, which is what you would expect this game to normally be about. So let's just dive right in. Ho 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 ho! The magic surrounding me has grown weak. Now is the time to invoke the curse. Hear me, loyal servants. A new source of evil has been found. Seize it for your master so I can rise again. And take my place as the one true ruler of Sequin Land. Ha 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 ha! I had that dream again. It's been the same one every night, ever since I became human. Huh? What in the world? Scuttletown is under attack! I may not be a genie, but it's still my duty to protect this town from evil. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream here. We just got started on a brand new adventure. So yep, in this game, we are of course playing as Shantae. She is a half-human, half-djinn, or genie, which means that she has innate magical abilities, but in the process of going through the previous adventure, Shantae Risky's Revenge, Shantae has actually lost all of her genie abilities. So we're just going to focus on heading to the source of the noise we just heard. Is it another pirate attack? Worse, it's the Ammo Baron. He's turning Scuttletown into a war zone. Here, an auto potion, just in case. You got an auto potion. It's time to put your training to the test. You're a human now, and you gotta fight like one. Here, take this pike ball. You can activate it from the inventory screen. I'm gonna go catch up with Sky. So gotta meet some of Shantae's friends Sky and Bolo here. Bolo's right, I can do this without my genie magic. Welcome to the tutorial level, Scuttletown. This place is definitely ripe with a lot of disaster that Shantae has to fight against. And all around this area, we're going to be dealing with ammo soldiers. So, kind of to provide some context into what's going on here, in the previous adventure, Risky's Revenge, there was a small bit of a subplot where the Mayor of Scuttletown, Mayor Scuttlebutt, had to sell the deed of the town over to a fellow named the Ammo Baron in order to raise enough money in order to keep things running around town. But sadly, now the Ammo Baron has come to collect, turning this entire place into his own war zone. Huzzah! It's Scuttletown's guardian genie here to save the day! Get real, Mayor. I can't fight the entire Ammonian army by myself. Do something about this. But you see, I can't. I sold our town to the ammo baron in a moment of weakness, and then spent the money on cheap, waxy chocolates and ate them. Say what? Then I had to go make dirty water, and by the time I got back, he'd already started to move in. He owns the town, so I can't make him leave.
Never mind. Magic or no, I'm ready to go.
To answer your question there, Jacob, this game has actually been around for quite a few years. I think it was released in 2014. So by today's standards, it's definitely pretty old, but it has aged amazingly well. Like, this game runs really well. Just production values all around are quite good. Now, when you're dispatching of the ammo soldiers, as well as just a few things around here like those pots, you'll usually find some nice collectibles. You can see on the top left of the screen, there are those little hearts. Those represent Shantae's life. If you run out of health, then you will die. So try not to let that happen. You can collect hearts from defeating enemies or collecting them from pots. And then, of course, you can also collect gems. These are basically as the currency of this game. You can use those in order to buy a lot of useful things. Mostly upgrades to your weapons, among other things. So you definitely want to try to collect as many gems as you can as you're going through these levels. God, it feels really good to be playing for this game again. The vibes of this game just overall are really good. Like, the Shantae series has a very Arabian Nights feel to them, as you could no doubt tell from the protagonist being part genie. And it reminds me a lot of the Aladdin games that I used to play when I was a kid, back on the SNES and Sega Genesis. It is funny that you mentioned that, Jacob, because the Shantae series has definitely been going around for a while. First started off as a game on the Game Boy Color, hadn't received really much of anything until way later on the Nintendo DSi. Pretty much, I would like to say that Pirate's Curse was definitely the game that helped bring a lot of attention back into the series. And they've been pretty consistent with having releases every couple of years or so. There's definitely quite a few good games in this series. I can easily recommend playing them. It's a good time. Yeah, we got this sequence here where we just have to maneuver around these bridges. Just watch out for these guys with their suction cups, reminding me of certain animation that I've seen on YouTube a couple of times. Just gotta get out of the way of their swords and just wait for the bridge to collapse. So yeah, these guys are definitely holding nothing back. Well, there's just a big pile of them when you get down here. That's a good detail. Hey, you made it!
Ah! Wrench says the ammo baron is just ahead. Good, because I got a message for him, straight from my hair to his derriere. Okay, and work on those lines.
So yeah, Shantae's main method of attack is using her hair as a whip. Quite the unique form of combat, I must say. Definitely makes her stand out compared to a lot of other video game protagonists. I'm just shooting just all kinds of ammunition at us here. Yeah, these guys are not holding back. But I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. So whenever you come across this green guy, he will save a record of your journey. So definitely save your game as much as possible, because these games tend to be a bit challenging at points. So just be prepared.
That's right, boys. Tear down that preschool and convert it into a long-range cannon. And that retirement center, another cannon. It's really coming along. I'm tearing up here.
Hold it right there, ammo baron. No one weaponizes the elderly on my watch.
Kablamo! Boys, you shouldn't have. Is she here to dance at my victory party? Thrice approved. Yes, she will indeedy do.
The nerve! What do I look like anyway?
I don't know, some kind of dancer? I guess. Aren't you?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, whatever! Stop wrecking our town! According to the Fairness Towards Oversized Chocoholic Landowners Act, Mayor Scuttlebutt has 30 days to refund the full amount in cash or eligible confections before you can claim legal occupancy.
Huh? Let me see here. Egad, she's right. But I'm not about to let some purple-haired pipsqueak stand between me and my glorious new empire. Bourgeois, let's dance!
Ammo Baron, mechanized militaristic madman. It's time to take out this crazed, mono-eyed general himself. This fight, you gotta shoot the cannonball back into his tank and then just whack the poor guy when he falls out. Also, I want to mention, you can see that the characters have some pretty expressive and very well-designed character portraits. I don't know why, but they just gave Ammo Baron like the largest bulge I have ever seen on a guy. Just something I always notice whenever I play this game. Which, you know, good for him. Alright, just keep knocking him down, and we should be pretty good in a few more hits. This is pretty much just a tutorial boss, so nothing really serious. Lot of explosion effects. With that, we beat an Ammo Baron.
That takes care of you.
No! Look what you've done to my tank! It was a gift from Mother! What's all this commotion?
It's the Ammo Baron. He's trying to destroy Scuttletown. I want my chocolate back!
Halt!
Who said that?
Who? What? It's the
Royal Guards! They'll fix this.
Guardian Genie. You must cease your attack by order of the Sequin Land Sultana.
What? Me?
Ha ha! You see, the law's on my side, girly girl!
But he's the one who...
For assaulting the rightful owner of this town, your status as town guardian is hereby revoked. You got the court summons!
What's this?
You are hereby confined to quarters until your hearing at Sequin Land Palace. You'll be relieved of any special weaponry at that time. Good day.
Looks like someone's getting a haircut! Ha ha ha!
They can't take my hair, can they, Uncle? It's all I have left.
Do as they say for now.
But what if...
Patience. I will head to the palace myself to sort this out. Just promise me you'll stay out of trouble.
I promise, Uncle.
My poor town! Guess we blew it, huh? What a mess.
Your uncle's right. We'll just have to place our trust in the authorities and hope for the best. How did I get into this mess?
Well, that's politics for you.
That rotten risky boots. Ever since she stole my magic, things have gone from bad to worse. A hot bath is just the thing I need to clear my head. Wait! I don't own a bathtub!
Oh dear.
Don't tell me! Well, isn't this a sight? In the flesh, enjoying my booby-trap bathtub, I see. You're in big trouble when I get out of this. Please, you're giving me goosebumps. I'll keep this quick. Tell me where my men are, and I'll let you live to see tomorrow. Huh? What are you talking about? Don't get cute. My men and my weapons are gone. Who else but you would take them? Me? You're the only thief around here. Really? Then perhaps you can explain why your uncle has my crewmen caged up in his lab. Don't be ridiculous. Okay then, prove that you're up to no good.
How did she just bring the tub here?
There's my missing man, right here in dear old Uncle's workshop. What have you got to say for yourself now? I didn't know, but I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation. I know the reason. You wanted revenge for that incident with the genie lamp. Just look at my poor, defenseless Tinkerbat. He's terrified.
He's just kind of vibing.
Looks fine to me. This is your last chance. Tell me where they are. I want my men. I want my weapons. And I want them right now. Huh? What's that noise? A cackle bat? A what? No, it can't be. What happened to him? I'll explain later. Look out.
Oh boy, wasn't expecting a bit of body horror here.
I'm unarmed. Deal with this creature, quickly. At least let me get decent first.
Alright, now that we're dressed, we got ourselves a new foe here. This is a cacklebat, basically a mutated Tinkerbat. So the Tinkerbats are Risky Boots' men, and they definitely had a pretty sizable presence in the series. But this is the first time we've ever seen this particular form of them.
Here, get rid of that wretched stuff with this.
You got the magic lamp. Hold the lamp button to suck things up. So this is the very same lamp that was a pretty integral part of the game that we last played of this series.
I got him! Now could you please explain what's going on here? There's no time! What about the lamp? Aren't you gonna try and take it back? Keep it. I've got bigger fish to fry. And so do you if the Pirate Masters return to Sequinland. What was that about? Who's the Pirate Master?
It's definitely a lot of plot we're getting to see right away. So now that we've gone through all that, welcome to the main area of Scuttletown. This is pretty much our hub for this game, and we can talk to the citizenry around here.
I hate boring stuff. That's why I always skip conversations by pressing pause. I'm a rude dude.
Stay safe out there. The fields are filled with monsters. My job's to slay them. I'm bad at it.
Definitely talk to as many people as you can, because they usually have good advice, or just funny dialogue in general.
You check your inventory, key items, and map. You can use the arrows to swap between them.
Yeah, I didn't really show this off, but if you're to press select, you can access another menu. This gives you access to your inventory, where you can use items such as potions to recover health, or weapons like the pike ball to aid you in combat. Then you have the map screen showing your current location in the current world map, and it also shows your key items. So we got the magic lamp, which has some magic taken from the cacklebat. Collect all 20 of them. Magic released from cursed cacklebats. So yep, that's going to be one of the main objectives we're going to need to go through in this adventure. And then, of course, we have the court summons. So how about we just get out of that menu here and talk to some more people.
The woman over there looks just like the nefarious pirate Risky Boots. Well, minus the hat. She could be anybody.
Yeah, just how many other scary, pale women have you seen around here?
Got any items in your inventory? Highlight them for a description, then use them whenever you see fit.
Woo! Hey there, Risky.
Well, what do you want? You're off the hook, so get lost. This Pirate Master guy, he sounds pretty dangerous. Dangerous? He was the greatest threat Sequinland has ever known. The last time he showed up, it took the combined power of every last genie to defeat him. Wait, you're talking about real genies? They captured him? He's dead, but don't let that fool you. With the genies gone, the Pirate Master will do everything he can to regain the dark magic and rise again. Dark magic? The stuff that transformed my crewman back there. The Pirate Master must be stopped, or Sequinland is history. After all, he has no right to destroy what I've worked so hard to conquer. Well, maybe I can help. Ha! A runt like you wouldn't stand a chance against a foe like the Pirate Master. I could deal with this myself. How? You couldn't even fight a single acrobat on your own. True, but if I destroy the dark magic at its source, I won't have to fight at all. Cutting off the power he feeds on should keep him in the grave where he belongs. I'm only lacking one thing, a map of the Forbidden Isles. That's easy, just try the library over at Sequinland Palace. I can't go to the palace, they'll clap me in irons. Unless... Hey, don't look at me! Those guys want to clip off my monster whipper! Then I guess I'm on my own. But I might reconsider my position if you fetch me that map. It's your choice.
So definitely quite the interesting scenario in this game. Risky Boots is the recurring antagonist throughout the Shantae series, and she and Shantae have definitely butted heads quite the number of times. This is the first time where we're in sort of an unlikely alliance with her in order to get through this adventure. Quite the interesting partnership. I really like Risky as a character, and will definitely be fun seeing more of her going forward. So we can enter buildings around here by just pressing up and talk to the various characters like this fine lady here. Scuttletown Squidsmith at your service. I take adorable little heart squids and melt them down to make more health for you. Ready to forge some heart holders? Sorry, sweetie, but it takes 4 heart squids to forge a heart holder. So this is how we're able to get more health for our adventure. So we need to find little guys like this. You found a heart squid. There are tons of these guys all over Sequinland, and we need to gather at least 4 of them if we're going to get an extra heart. So, happy hunting! For this adventure, we're definitely going to go after every single heart squid. So, we'll definitely have a lot of work on our hands. Behind me is the shop. Why not buy an auto potion before you go? That way, if you die, you won't die. Nifty advice. But yeah, if we go into this building, we can talk to the shopkeeper. Welcome to my shop. So over here, we got ourselves quite a few items we can purchase. You want to visit this area as many times as you can throughout the adventure. So of course, we got potions to heal you. The auto potion, which will refill your health automatically should you take fatal damage. We have a pirate flare, which can be used to warp back to Risky's ship whenever you want. Then we got weapons like the pike balls, which are good for dispatching of enemies. We have bubbles, which can provide defense against certain attacks. We can get monster milk, which can improve attack power. This would definitely be really useful later on. But what I really want to go for is the upgrades to Shantae's abilities. So we can grab shampoo in order to upgrade the hair to deal more damage. And then we can get silky cream in order to make our attacks faster. So I'm going to start by grabbing some shampoo. Oh, I would if I hit the right button. Sorry. I keep getting the A and B buttons mixed up with which ones actually confirm stuff. Just gonna buy some of that. For the record, I'm playing this game on the Steam release. And then, of course, we have some other techniques that we'll be able to learn that will definitely be pretty useful to grab later. But for now, I want to focus mainly on grabbing these bad boys, because they'll be quite useful to us in the future. And since we just have enough money for it, let's buy a potion. That'll be all. Thank you, sir. Then, of course, you can access your inventory to use your items whenever. Now, if we go over here and talk to this buxom lady, this is the bathhouse. I sometimes drink the water. Ugh, you're one of those people. If we go over here into the bathhouse, staying in here will recover your health. So it's very good to do that. Take a dip in this herbal spring. It's sure to restore your vigor. Thank you for that. And then over here, we got ourselves the save guy. As I said before, talk to this guy whenever to save your game. Given how difficult this game can be, we're going to use his services a lot. If you're in a hurry, try a pirate flare. Buccaneers use them to return quickly to their ships. We'll definitely want to remember that for later. Did you hear? The mayor sold her town to the ammo baron. Yeah, very unfortunate.
This room is filled with giant bird eggs. See for yourself. Just press up to use the door.
So if we go in here, this is where our friend Sky hangs out. Shantae, I thought they had you under lock and key. I'm on my way to the palace library to get something to read, you know, to pass the time. Can I borrow your library card? You read a book? This I have to see. You got the library card. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Just don't ruin this card like you did the last one. I nibble when I'm nervous. It's what I love so much of this game. These characters have so much personality to them, and the dialogue is so well written. It's just a blast hearing these characters talk to each other. I actually want to head back over to Shantae's place, because if you go over here, there is another cacklebat that you can fight here. Just want to be careful of that guy. If we take you out, we can then bring out our magic lamp and suck up the dark magic. We'll want to dispatch as many cacklebats as we can on this adventure. Also, we can grab a heart squid there, so we're already halfway to getting a new heart. That's pretty nice. And if we head up the cliff over here, we can find Mayor Scuttlebutt. Please, I need to be alone. Yeah, he's just gonna be over here sulking. I mean, the dude lost his position of power in the town to a war-crazed maniac, so... you know, just average things we gotta deal with now. Oh boy. So, now that we've taken care of talking to folks around town and grabbing the library card from Sky,
let's see the library card. Golly, they say the camera adds 5 pounds. In your case, it gave you blonde hair and a totally different face. Amazing. Head down this path to reach Sequinland Palace and the library. Good luck.
So now if we head to the east of town, we can find the Scarecrow Fields. This area is a recurring set piece throughout the Shantae games. Our main enemies around here are, of course, Scarecrows. They will usually just try to lunge at you, but others will have other means of attack, like that guy throwing those exploding pumpkins. Which, you know, Scarecrows, they obviously have some things relating to crops. Yeah, this series, it's definitely pretty cool with the enemy designs here. I really love the sprite art in general that these games have, especially on a lot of these enemies. And these Scarecrows definitely have some cool designs. We can grab another heart squid. It's already very close to getting our next heart. We want to try and take out as many enemies as we can while we're on the road to the palace. Because I want to try and get as many gems as we can so that we can, buy new stuff. So over there is a new enemy, the blue Scarecrow. That guy will release a glob of poisonous gas at you, so you want to be careful. Just take that guy out from a distance, and you should be fine. But yeah, around here, definitely want to be careful. Look around as much as you can to see if you can find some secrets around here. Because obviously there's going to be a lot of hidden things that you wouldn't expect to see. This game is kind of a lot like a Metroidvania, in that there's a lot of secrets that you'll be able to get when you have other gear that you find later on. So for now, we cannot reach that heart squid up there, but we'll want to remember it for later because we will be able to grab it in the future. We don't really need to save at this point because we got a good amount of health, but might as well. And then we head into Tangle Forest, another set piece in the Sequin Island. This area definitely has a lot of different enemies around here. Got those ogres that will sprout wings and try to attack you, and then we got these little spiders that will try and shoot a glob of, I guess, webbing or venom at you. Definitely quite a few different enemies around here. And obviously with this big forest area, we're going to want to be careful when maneuvering around. There's a lot of trees that we're able to go up to. We'd really like to get up onto that branch, but sadly we don't have the means of doing that yet. Another nifty little thing with this game is that if you want to get some gems that are out of reach, just bring out the magic lamp and it will suck them up. A very handy way of getting collectibles that are just out of reach. Alright, so don't believe there's anything around there. We do want to remember to go back to Tangle Forest sometime later because, look at that, there's another heart squid just out of reach in the branches. So yeah, that's another thing we'll want to be on the lookout for. Oh wait, it shouldn't be too much longer before we start getting something that will help us out. We got a bento box from beating that ogre. So yeah, sometimes the enemies you encounter will have specific drops that they can have. So definitely try to kill as many enemies as you can to grab these. The bento box we got is able to restore health. And that'll be definitely pretty useful to us going forward.
Bolo, what are you doing here?
Everyone in Scuttletown thinks I'm a screw-up, so I'm picking up odd jobs at the palace. Painting fences, installing locks and whatnot.
And now you're babysitting?
Oh, the undead kids? Nah, they're just here to chew the fat. Mine. I can't escape. Got any flesh pops on you? I need 3 of them. You can find them in the sewers below the palace. So yeah, it looks like Bolo here has gotten himself a job looking after these zombie children. Man, this game really is just very darker than you would expect.
Hi.
What's up, sir? No, don't mind me. I'm just fluxumed because I dropped something very important down the drain. You see, I'm a traveling brochure salesman.
That's a very interesting profession. You must have seen some exciting things in your travels, huh?
Travels? I've lived here in front of the palace my whole life.
But I thought you said...
Your generation makes me sick with your arrogance. I'm not a brochure salesman who travels. No, I sell traveling brochures. And I dropped my very last vacation brochure down this drain. Disgusting.
Huh.
There's not much we can do about that at the moment. We can find the palace here. Oh me, oh my, that blue-haired lad installed our new lock backwards, upside down, and inside out. Now we're trapped inside without a royal gate key. Alright, so it seems Volo couldn't do one of his jobs that he was assigned to do, so we're gonna need to figure out a way into the palace. Oh, look who it is! Another familiar face from the last game. Oh, fuss and fret.
Squid Baron? I haven't seen you in a while. What's the matter?
Oh, you know, post-boss syndrome. Now that you're embarked on a new adventure, I feel like I'm destined to become some kind of filler boss.
I'm not sure I follow.
You know, I was a major enemy last time, but this time, I just feel like we're gonna have to battle again, just to round out the package.
Package?
You wouldn't understand. I need to get away, someplace warm.
Maybe it's time for a vacation, Squid Baron. A change of perspective could do you good.
Say, you might be onto something. I've always had a fairly flat view of the world. Kind of staring at the same 4 walls, you know? Repetitive, high-stress music. I could use a change of scenery.
There you go.
If you think of a good vacation spot, please let me know. Meantime, I'll go cry in a corner.
Poor guy. Squid Baron here is probably my favorite character in the entire Shantae series. So he was one of the major bosses in the previous game, Risky's Revenge. And he's going to return all throughout the next couple of games. And he is a riot every single time. I love this guy. He is just such a loser, but at the same time, you kind of relate to him in a few ways.
But anyway, we're in the sewers below the Sequin Land Palace. This area's definitely got a lot of things that we want to watch out for. And we're going to want to return to this area sometime later if we're going to try to grab everything we possibly can around here. But of course we have our mission from Bolo that we need to do. So we can destroy these big purple blocks in our way by simply whipping them with our hair. And then we will also want to focus on killing these snakes, as these guys are able to drop the flesh pops that we heard about. For the record, the flesh pop is also a healing item. So I believe they don't heal that much health, but they are going to be quite useful as a quest item. There are a lot of items that drop from enemies that you are going to need to watch out for, as they will be important for various quests all throughout our adventure. So try to gather as many as you can. And with that, we managed to grab another heart squid. The one that we needed in order to be able to recover our health. Sadly, we're in a space where we're not going to be able to do anything in order to grab that chest. So we're going to have to come back later with some new gear. Just jump over here, take out that little snaky guy. And we got ourselves the flesh pops we need to give to Bolo. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking of Volo just now. I mean, he's a pretty cool character from Pokemon Legends Arceus, but, you know, got other priorities here. Hey, flesh pops, did you get those for me? Sure did. Awesome sauce! Yeah, these will do the trick. By the way, if you're heading up to the palace, return this royal gate key, will ya? Some idiot must have lost it.
Gross, it's covered in bite marks.
Yeah, I found it in my mouth an hour ago. Here you go.
You got the royal gate key.
Yeah, Bolo here, he's pretty much useless, but we love him anyway. Take that royal gate key to the palace, will ya? I mean, he is one of Shantae's closest friends, so obviously she sees something in the dummy. Oh, could it be? You have the royal gate key. Would you pass it through to me, please? You gave the gate key. Ah, it's a thing of beauty. Now I can unlock this, unfasten that, reattach, and there! Sequin Land Palace is once again open to the public. Please, come inside. And with that, we can finally enter the palace and cause property damage. Welcome to Sequin Land Palace. Thanks, bud. I hear the Sultana's traveling. I worry when she's so far from the palace. Actually, don't know if the Sultanas appeared in this series. I can't remember. What's that smell? Uh-oh, this is not my armor. Oh dear. Well, good luck with that. The Royal Library, through this door and across the hall. I definitely want to check into that. This should be the library. A visitor? Let's have a look at you. Ooh, this library card doesn't fool these old eyes. You used to come here all the time. The Relic Hunter's daughter, right?
Yes, well, he's my uncle.
And what's this? A court summons? It says here that, scissors, jigsaw, goat mouth. What? They need to cut off that long, winsome hair? That will never do. Why don't I just file these papers away until the Sultana returns? I'd like to give you a knowing wink now, but sadly my eyelids no longer work. Please take whatever you came for.
Thank you very much.
So now with that taken care of, the hollow globe contains a secret. You got the Forbidden Isles map.
Oh yeah.
Alright. With that taken care of, we got everything we need to set off on our journey. And what a journey this is gonna be. Given the current time we've managed to progress so far, I definitely think we have plenty of time to check out the next major area of the game. So, let's move on out and get back to town. So if we did manage to purchase the pirate flare over at the shop, we could use that in order to quickly warp back to Scuttletown whenever we want. But sadly, we're gonna have to take the long way. And while we're just heading back to town, what are some things that we can discuss? I guess I could briefly mention that many years ago, back over on my Twitch channel when I was still doing streams there, I did try to attempt to do a stream series on this game there, though sadly my first attempt at it didn't go too well, as my internet was really crapping out, and it made being able to record just utterly unbearable, so I had to scrap my attempt at playing through this game. But yeah, we're finally able to play it here on YouTube. I will say that I am very glad that we are streaming on YouTube now, because things have been so much more stable here compared to how things were back on Twitch. Like, obviously, I made the move because of some of the new policies that Twitch had made in recent months, but I'm very happy that we ultimately made this change, because I really do enjoy streaming on this platform. And it'll be pretty fun seeing what else we're able to do going forward, because I obviously have a lot of ideas for what I want to stream in the future. And yeah, I definitely love to play some more of the Shantae games, because they're a load of fun. It definitely feels good to be playing this one again. It's probably my personal favorite in the series. I also really like Seven Sirens. Risky's Revenge is a little basic in a lot of ways, and I'm kind of mixed on Half-Genie Hero, but ultimately I still really love this series. Mainly has to do with just the gameplay and the characters. They're what really draws me into this series. But now me taking care of that, and we're back in town, let's head to the shop and see what we can buy. Alright, so our big thing we want to go for here is obviously the upgrades to our gear. So let us upgrade our hair with the silky cream so that we can whip even faster. So for each of these purchases you make, the price for the next upgrade will go up. So we're going to have to spend more money if we're going to want to upgrade our power and the speed of our attacks. And, well, we got some more stuff here. We got plenty of money, so how about we buy a monster milk? That'll be pretty useful in the next area for one of the things we'll have to do eventually. And since we have enough money for it, let's buy a potion. Very good. So that will be very handy for something we'll be doing very soon. And since we got 4 heart squids, we can finally go visit the Squidsmith and upgrade our health. Hello, lady. Something you'll obviously note about this series with the character designs, especially on the female characters. They did tend to be very buxom. Like, the company responsible for these games, WayForward, they're very well known for drawing a lot of attractive ladies, and in this series, that definitely rings true. I really do love a lot of the female character designs of this game. They're awesome. But with that, we managed to turn in those little squids in return for an extra heart. So now we have 3 hearts, meaning we have 12 HP, given, like, the fact that each heart contains 4 hits. Very nice. And with the map in hand, we can visit Risky. Well, what took you so long? I found this at the library, a map of the Forbidden Isles, just like you said. Huh, I guess a little good for nothing is good for something after all. You gave Forbidden Map. So, will you let me help? Only if you agree to do exactly what I say when I say it. The Pirate Master is my foe to contend with, not yours. And when this is over, we go our separate ways. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's a deal. Let's beat this guy together and save Sequin Land. Hold on. How do I know you won't pull a fast one? Would I lie to you? Say hello to the steam-powered Oceanic
Tinker Tub Mark II. Mark II? What happened to the first one? You happened to it! Get on board before I change my mind!
And now, welcome to the island map screen. This gives you a good view of all the areas that we will be going on our adventure. And it's also very nice, it shows the amount of cacklebats as well as heart squids that you still have to obtain in the various worlds that you're able to visit. So we know where the 2 heart squids are. We still need to get in Scuttletown, but we haven't found the other cacklebats. So we're going to need to keep that in mind for the future. But it's time to head on to our next objective, Saliva Island. With a name like that, it's gonna probably be really gross. Alright, let's do this.
This is it! Saliva Island. Unless we can find another map, this is the end of the line. I'm ready for anything! Where did you get those clothes? Below deck. There's all kinds of fun stuff to wear. Most of the clothes were much too roomy, though. Stay away from my personal effects! Gosh, I've never been so far from the mainland. It's pretty here. Don't be deceived. The Pirate Master draws power from this place. There's a den of evil hidden somewhere on this island. You're going to find it. What about you? You're not coming? Not this time. But I'm sure if we work together... I said no and I mean it. I have my reasons. Oh, I see. You're scared. How dare you? I will gut you like a mackerel. Sheesh, learn to take a joke. And get out of that silly outfit. Aw, you're no fun.
No.
I really love that art of Shantae in the pirate gear. It's surprisingly a good look for her. Then again, she'll look good in anything. So welcome to Saliva Island. This area definitely has a lot of stuff we can find here, as well as a lot of new enemies. We got these crabs, and then we also have these frogs. You want to watch out as they will spit up a bunch of gunk at you. Ooh, we got a pirate flare from that frog, so we can use that to warp back to the ship anytime we want. So that enemy there is a mermaid. Those are recurring enemies throughout the Shantae games. We're going to see a lot of monster girls throughout our adventure, because, yeah, Way Forward just really loves their monster ladies. And yeah, I definitely like the design of the mermaids here. Also, you probably noticed they're topless. Hell yeah. So these ones can be pretty dangerous. They'll shoot bubbles of water at you from their tridents. You gotta be really careful around these ladies. It can be really mean if they get a hit on you. And these are bats. They're pretty weak, but they can fly and swarm at you, so you gotta be careful. So I wanna head down here first, because something we can grab this way that I want to see. Just gonna ignore that one over there, and talk to this guy.
Oh, many years ago I came to this island with my beloved bride-to-be. Our only wish was to be joined in holy matrimony. But a horrible monster, a servant of the Pirate Master, found us. His gaze turned my beloved to stone. I can never leave her side. Here, take this ring so I can finally forget my sorrows.
You got the ring. Gee, it looks pretty old. So this is quite the sad little development. Maybe we'll find a way to help them out. Alright, so let us move forward. It's definitely got a lot of things to see here around the Saliva Island. So the maps around here tend to be pretty good when it comes to the size of them. They're not too big, but they still hold a lot of nice little secrets that you can find. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for anything that could lead to some new treasures, as there'll obviously be a lot to find. That's odd, there's a circular indentation here. If we attach the ring we got from the old man here, we gave the metal ring. and that will enable us to activate these statues, causing them to rise up and providing platforms for us. So we'll definitely want to focus on that in a bit, but for now, I want to head over this way. So we head to this area. Got these two ladies here. Hey girl, cute getup. You here for spring break? Huh? Us too. Well, look at this lame swimming hole. It's all dried up. I can't sunbathe without a proper pool. This place was a total ripoff. If we can't swim, we might as well eat. I'll get the ham all set up. So these girls canonically are known as Twitch and Vinegar. I know that because they appear in a few other games in this series, but I believe this is their first ever appearance here. So what you want to do is just keep whipping the ham, making it all stinky, and then suck it up in the lamp. You got the ham stink. So now that we've taken care of that, we'll just leave these girls for now. So we got ourselves quite a bit we need to do around here. But yeah, you definitely want to grab the ham stink, otherwise you're going to need a backtrack. So what we want to do here is activate the statues to make them rise up, and then you want to hop across the platforms. Alright, in order to get through this, the best thing you need to do is try to access these statues in a certain order. So wait and see which ones will last the longest, and then hit them in that order, and I believe you should be good to go. So if we hop across here, we can get over to these chains, taking us to the higher level. So I believe there's some other secrets we can find around the statues, but we'll leave that for now. We can get a bubble shield here. So might as well show off this item, because that'd actually be pretty useful in this area. So this will provide a barrier to block projectiles. Pretty useful given that we have these frog guys here that love to chuck things at us. Also, you want to be careful around the waterfalls, as these dragon heads will leap out and try to chomp on you. Definitely watch out for that. So it looks like there is something we could access in that wall, but doesn't seem possible at the moment. So we'll focus on that later. For now, just bash these frogs aside, and let's make our way through. Ow. Definitely ignoring my own advice with the waterfalls here. Just watch out and you'll be good. Get out of here, you. Okay, now that we're past that, we have that sign telling us to go this way. So naturally, feel like we should take the opposite way. Alright, could you not, ladies? That sign was telling us to head the other way, but if we head this way, it's a Gigalumix! Wow, this thing's enormous! What's the sign say? Caution, Gigalumix may become aroused by travelers smelling of ham. Release the ham stink? Yeah, let's stink it up! Shantae, release the ham stink. There you go, big guy!
Who?
Oh yeah, he seems happy. Ew! So now we know why this place is called Saliva Island. We got this big guy here who's just going to be drooling since we gave him the ham steak. Which, I am quite the fan of ham myself. Definitely a nice little treat. We can also grab this cackle bat over here and suck up your magic. Very good. Doesn't seem like there's much else we can do around the Gigalumix, so let us move on. So I think a quick path we can take back to where Twitch and Vinegar are is to take the path actually leading from the big guy's saliva trail. However, I'm not going to do that at the moment. I want to show, if we head over this way, there is that sarcophagus over there. But it doesn't seem like there's an easy way we can get to it. So we're probably going to want to save that for another time. But definitely remember that that sarcophagus is there. So that could be quite useful to us. Alright, let's get down here. And we just follow the trail of saliva. This will take us where we need to go. Let's fall down this pit. And that looked like something we need to get. Hey girl, you got the water turned on. Let's all hit the pool. You said it, girlfriend. Yeah! What's this? My porcelain baby fresh skin is too much for the sun. Mine too, the light is bouncing off. Careful not to cross the beams! Well, that's one way to solve a puzzle. You got the petrify spell. And now, you did it! The pool is full again! And it smells like bath salts. The water's really, really warm and kind of viscous. So yeah, these girls are bathing in that giant lizard saliva. Ew. Yeah, this game definitely has a very quirky sense of humor. And sometimes it can make you cringe a little bit. But now we've taken care of that, I actually want to head back up to where we fell down from. Because I know we should be able to grab something. If we just head down this way, and then we need to jump down that pit. So I hang to the left there to access this hidden alcove, where there's another cacklebat. Ow, get back, you. There we go. Took him out before he could even do his swoop attack. It will suck up that magic. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The magic lamp was the tool that Risky used in order to drain Shantae of her magic and then corrupt it, thus forming the boss fight against Dark Shantae at the end of Risky's Revenge. And now we're using that very same lamp in order to collect the dark magic that is inhabiting the cacklebats. Quite interesting how the tables turn there. But we are not going to worry too much about those details, because we still got ourselves a den of evil to find. And for that, we're going to need to get back over to where we saw the man and his petrified beloved. I'd still really love to grab that squid, but we're going to need to wait a while before we can. Actually, we completely passed the area we need to go to. Just hang on a moment. Should only take a little while to get back there. So I guess in the meantime, I could talk a little bit more about some stuff that's been going on. So I've been enjoying my current day off from work at the moment. Just taking a day to mostly be on myself. I had a pretty good lunch, made myself some buttered chicken. Definitely one of my favorite things to make. And it's pretty easy too. But we managed to make it back here. You found something? We gave the petrify spell. Could it be? You found it! The spell that turned my beloved to stone! At long last, I can finally reverse its effects! Hush, my beloved, whilst I speak the sacred words. Ahem! Petrify! Well, that just happened. Oh dear. Well, this wasn't what we expected to happen, but we opened up the path. Whoopsies. And if we go down here, only a few pieces of stone remain. Yeah, we just killed those two. Oh boy. Yeah, this game definitely has a pretty dark sense of humor. Most of the Shantae games are like that. Yeah, it can be quite funny, but also pretty sad at the same time. Like, that guy was mourning the loss of his wife. So over here, we got ourselves the Den of Evil that we heard about. This area is our dungeon that we have to go through here. there's going to be quite a few dungeons that we'll be exploring all throughout this adventure. Every island we visit will have its own unique dungeon, and each one has its own set of trials that we need to go through. So we're going to do our best to clear this area out, and hopefully we'll be able to take care of everything we need to. Now, unlike the main hub areas, I want to say that you should be able to clear everything in a dungeon on your first visit. So for instance, we can grab that heart squid. So definitely explore as much of these areas as you can and try to gather everything you possibly can find in this area. So that little snake guy showing that we can go over this way. We can open that chest, giving us the Spittle Maze map. Now, of course, this area's name relates to saliva. You can see this area isn't actually that big. I mean, it is the first dungeon of the game, so obviously it's got to be a little simple. But trust me, some of the later areas in this game can get really massive. We can grab that heart squid simply by heading down that pit there. And we got ourselves another little trick to go through. So we can hit this switch over here, and that will change the position of these cages, allowing us to go forward. Definitely pretty nice. So here we got ourselves a big guy. For this guy, how about we equipped a pike ball? So this will provide a little ball that will allow us to damage some enemies simply by ramming into them. Quite nice. So for those guys, they're pretty interesting. You want to just keep whacking them. They will try to use their claws in order to block your attacks. So you definitely want to alternate between doing a high attack and a low attack in order to damage them. But yeah, we're definitely getting a taste of what we can expect to see going forward in this adventure. So now we can use the key we got by being the big guy in order to open up the path forward. Seems there's another heart squid there, but there's no easy way to get to it from this angle, so we're going to need to come at it from somewhere else. Ooh, thanks. This pike ball is pretty useful for breaking those pots, allowing us to get some early gems. So we can hit that switch, but we don't have enough reach to be able to hit it again to move the cage. So we're going to have to go at it from a different angle. Also, just grab another heart squid, because we might as well. Yeah, definitely want to clear out as many of these dungeons as you can. So there's a lot of goodies we can find. I will take this path here. Oh, that one looks broken. Yep. There's nothing we can do about that. Also, you want to pay attention if you see a pit with those skull and crossbones dangling from it, because that means it will kill you if you fall down. Well, it'll just take some health out. There's really nothing much else to it. Alright, we got another path over here we can take through. Definitely reminds me a lot of some areas in the Metroid games with how you have to find hidden passages in the walls in order to crawl through. If we head over this way, we should be able to find a gun! You've obtained Risky's pistol. So that will make a good neutral special. Press the shoot button to shoot enemies and switches. So now that we have Risky's pistol, we can use that to shoot things at a distance. Definitely quite useful. Although, unlike what you would expect from a gun, the damage this thing does is honestly pretty pitiful. Like, we could get one of these enemies to spawn over here. Oh, I guess it's not appearing. Usually they'll drop down. But yeah, we can use the gun to hit distant switches, which is definitely nice in order to maneuver over here. We can hit that one to move the cage over. And yeah, just shows another useful tool that we have at our disposal. But like I said, it's not really the best in combat because its damage is pretty darn low. But still pretty handy to have. Looking at things here, yep, we pretty much cleared out most of this map. Should be just a straight path to the boss of this area. So we want to watch out for these stone statues. They'll breathe fire, which could definitely do a bit of damage. Alright, we can hit that switch there. Then hit you again to move us over here. Very nice. And then makes our way through that. So hit you to maneuver over here. And then we should be able to get this spot. Hit that switch to move us over here. It's pretty interesting going through this area here, because in the pirate mode file I was doing, you can easily just circumvent a lot of the puzzles in this dungeon without using the pistol to get through a lot of them. Like, you will need the pistol in order to do some things here. Yeah, just kind of demonstrating here just how little damage the pistol does. But it does strike enemies from a distance, which can be quite nice. I'm actually going to go ahead and equip another pike ball to help us in damaging these guys. Ow. Come on, just a few more hits will do it. Seeing these guys also reminds me of some of the enemies you encounter in Seven Sirens. Which, oh boy, that is a game I am definitely excited to play on this channel one day. It is so good. I love Seven Sirens. Let's take care of these little crabby guys as on their way up. And we should be pretty close to the end here. Check our map. Yep, the boss is just ahead. As I said, this is pretty much the tutorial dungeon. Definitely have a lot more going on in the future. Let's quickly save our game. And we should be ready for what's ahead. And oh boy, this is going to be a good one. So now the gate is open. Let's go face our foe. So the boss of the Spittle Cave, Cyclops Plant, frighteningly fixated Flora. He's got ourselves a big plant. This guy will have those eyeballs that will shoot up from the sides. Want to hit those in order to be able to just access the flowers. Kind of reminds me a bit of the fight against Sigma at the end of Mega Man X, just how the platforms are. I'm not too worried about our item selection here. Do want to be careful. Ow. Yep, just want to shoot that guy with your pistol, and you should be good. Just take care of the little saliva globules every now and then. Okay, so those will be the... So if they are... The eyeballs on the side are up high. Oh. Never mind, I guess it's just alternating now. Except in this phase, you want to attack them from a distance, and then that will lift you up. So not too worried about equipping one of our... Well, maybe we could use the monster milk to improve the damage of this thing. I don't know. I forget if it does improve the damage of the pistol, but we don't need to worry about that at the moment. This guy is pretty darn simple. Just shoot him in the eye a bunch, and he is dead. Or not! That was only phase 1. Alright, for this phase, we'll use our last pike ball, and then let's equip the monster milk to increase our damage. This guy's just gonna bounce all around the walls. Then, after getting on the ground, he's gonna fire that laser at us. So yeah, this phase definitely a bit more hectic than the one we faced before. But, hit him enough times, and he is dead. In that phase, he kind of reminded me of the way the Eye of Cthulhu looks in Terraria.
Tinkerbats?
Hey! Get back here, you! What's this? He dropped something. You got the Spiderweb Island map. Ooh! So that's definitely an area we're going to want to show to Risky. I did it! The Pirate Master won't be able to draw power from this place anymore. I better go tell Risky. So with that, we managed to do everything we needed to inside
the spittle maze. So now we can hit this switch now that we have the pistol, allowing us to grab another heart squid. So I don't believe there's anything else we need to grab here on Saliva Island, so we can just make our way over to Risky. So I would use the pirate flare we currently have, but we don't really need to use it at the moment. It's just going to be a quick little walk over to Risky. We'll definitely save that for another time. Let's grab some of these little bits, and we should be on our destination. You certainly took your sweet time. I found something. An evil dungeon and a giant monster, and... Where did you get that pistol? I found it locked up in a chest. Why? Never mind. Anything else? This island map. One of your Tinkerbats dropped it. He hasn't transformed yet. Interesting. That suggests the Pirate Master doesn't have enough dark magic to go around. Which means we still have time to prevent his return. Climb aboard. We're off to the next island. You gave the spiderweb map. And that will open up a new path forward to the next main area of the game. However, we're not going to be going there just yet. So we can see there is one more heart squid we need to get on Saliva Island. So we're going to want to remember that for later. But for now, I want to head back to Scuttletown. Because now that we have the pistol... Ooh, seems that things are changing around town here.
Ammo Baron's gone off the deep end.
So yep, seems like the ammo soldiers are starting to renovate the place. Look at all the builders. I bet they're making a jungle gym.
It's official. We're changing the name to Ammo Town.
That doesn't have much of a ring to it. Who are these guys? Where's my house? Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they're replacing it with a giant mortar cannon. Life was so much better when Mayor Scuttlebutt was in charge. I'm sure it was. So yep, these guys are just renovating the whole town now. Construction workers are so handsome. I mean, sometimes they are. Zombies? They used to be everywhere, but seems like they moved away. Yeah, we really haven't seen too much of the zombie crew around Scuttletown. There was a real guard asking for you. Did you meet him? Yeah, we already saw him. A powerful warrior passed through on his way to the palace. Or rather, a weakling with the body of a powerful warrior. How about we pop into Sky and see how she's doing? Back already? That was fast. I got what I needed. Thanks. You gave the library card. Oh yeah, we should have done that earlier. Look, I know you caught all the blame for what happened with the ammo baron, so I sold off some of my warbirds to help you bounce back. Whoa, Sky! This is your entire nest egg! You collected 100 monies! Try to stay out of mischief. I really do like the dynamic that Shantae has with Sky. You can tell that Sky's the more reliable and dependable of the two, and definitely more of a mentor figure to Shantae. You can tell she cares. So now that we have a lot of moolah, how about we spend some at the store? Because I believe we have just enough money. Well, we could buy those. But now that we have the pistol, we can purchase the pistol tune-up, allowing it to deal more damage. We'll be using the pistol quite a bit on our adventure, so we'll go ahead and buy that. And... as I definitely want to focus on upgrading our hair, so let's grab the shampoo so we deal more damage with it. Yeah, the price on these things is definitely going up. Darn inflation rates. Alright, so how about we grab another vial of monster milk, since that helped us out quite a bit against the Cyclops plant. Very nice. So now our shots are more powerful. And I believe that there is something new we can do back at the palace now that we have the pistol. So that's something we can do a bit later. But for now, oh, we have 4 heart squids. So let's trade them into the squidsmith. Hello, beautiful. Here we go. Just smash them down with all your power. Your max hearts have increased by 1. So now we have 16 health instead of 12. Very good. But yep, with that, we managed to get started on our adventure here. We managed to liberate one of the islands from the power of the Pirate Master. We're one step closer to finishing our journey, so I feel that now is a good time to stop things here. This has definitely been a very fun adventure so far, and I cannot wait to play more of this game. It is so much fun. Yep, next time we'll be checking out Spiderweb Island and seeing what more we can find in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Until next time, have a good day and take care.